I'll give you a hot second. Think about your day and how you manage your time. Could you honestly say that you manage it well? Here's the irony. Research states that the average person spends 2 hours a day procrastinating. That's just about 30 full days that's wasted per year. And often, this isn't because we're lazy, but because of what psychologists call anticipatory distraction. We obsessively count down to the next event, next deadline, next exam, convinced that the moment ahead will make or break our happiness. Harvard psychologist Daniel Gilbert states in his book, Stumbling on Happiness, that people are actually terrible at predicting what makes them happy. Yet we keep waiting, worrying, and wasting time on countdowns that don't turn out how we imagine. And I've done it too. Like the time I spent my entire revision break stressing about how bad the exam would go, only to later realize that this stress was far worse than the exam itself. But before that, here's a question I want you to keep in your mind for the next few minutes. What if everything we've been doing to manage time is actually stealing it from us? And the key to mastering it isn't more planning, but something we've all been overlooking. It was a calm March morning, a few days before my maths exam, when everyone else in my house was busy, happy, relaxed. There I was, on my bed, stressing and dreading instead of studying. My thoughts were a mix of, I should study, but I don't want to study. I might fail if I don't. This internal war between me and myself was more irritating than my sibling. So, what did I do about it? Study against my own will, of course. And ironically enough, I scored 100%. A paper written by Zhou Feng on Science Direct states that their survey shows timers actually do help people sort things out and get them done. In this survey, they divided 600 US residents into two groups, control and experimental. Both groups were asked one question: are you satisfied with your life at present? The experimental group was given a minute to think. The control group was not. They realized that the experimental group gave much better answers, while the control group rushed through them. Clockify states that 82% of people don't use a time management system, while this obsession with countdowns is known as the countdown mentality. It refers to the psychological state of being highly focused by the impending end of a timer. Research at Cleveland Clinic reveals that people prone to this mentality are usually high achievers or people that are discontent or have unresolved trauma. Let's go back a few steps, shall we? I mentioned a statistic that showed the percentage of people that don't use a time management system, which was 82%. On average, as stated on Time Watch, people waste 75 minutes on unimportant tasks. 63% of people feel things are not under control at work, while 80% of people can't stay focused. So, can we do something about this and get our things done instead of, procrastinating? Well, have you heard of the reverse bucket list? Harvard psychologist Mark Travers reveals that visiting meaningful past memories boosts resilience and well-being. Instead of focusing on what's left to do, this done list helps us notice the things we've already accomplished, the moments that are ours. Think about time. This man I speak of, famous for his relentless focus, understood that as humans, we can create almost anything. But the one thing we can't create more of is time. Once it's gone forever. Steve Jobs used a simple, powerful question to keep his front and center every day. If today were my last day alive, would I want to do what I'm about to do? This wasn't about productivity. It was a daily check against distractions, a countdown reminder that time is limited. Combine this with the spirit of the bucket list. Instead of focusing on the next goal, next accomplishment, next deadline, we pause and reflect. And in that pause, in that reflection, we notice a surprising truth. The present moment is already rich, and every second matters. Thank you.